Introducing first, in the corner to my left, from Providence, Rhode Island. Weighing in tonight at 182 pounds, he is the protege of Chris Hero, one half of Death by Elbow, Pro Wrestling Savior, DangerKid. His opponent in the corner to my right, from Atlanta, Georgia, and representing the Bullet Club. Weighing in tonight at 220 pounds, he is the son of a plumber. He is the star that left them in the dust. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes!
I'm a Duke man.
Start us something with the ball.
When Limitless Wrestling began over a year and a half ago, I do not think that the fans of not just the promotion but of main wrestling ever thought that they would see a match of this magnitude. And tonight, Limitless Wrestling brings you the savior, JT Dunn versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, pretty incredible for a promotion not even 2 years old to reach a milestone like they have here tonight. Obviously, a lot of the credit goes to Randy Carver, all the hard work he puts in. A lot of it goes to the crew, the wrestlers. But you got to think a large reason why there's more people at this Limitless Wrestling show than any other show previously is because Cody Rhodes is on the bill. So
Absolutely.
he's going to live up to the hype. He's going to live up to the hype.
He's got to live up to the hype, but wait a minute, though. JT Dunn has spent the last few years of his wrestling career living up to that hype and proving people wrong. The win-loss record stands as follows. Cody Rhodes 1, JT Dunn nothing. However, this is more JT Dunn's home turf than Cody Rhodes. Tonight could be a nightmare for Cody Rhodes.
You think the fans are going to side with JT? You think they're going to stay split? You think they're going to favor Cody?
I think that we're going to have to wait and see. You saw it earlier. We heard it. Both these guys, as the duration of this match goes on, I am sure favorites will be picked. I am in for just a tremendous matchup tonight, DC.
You know, I can't speak of the matchmaking process for Limitless Wrestling in their management, but I do think that it's very telling that Cody Rhodes, since he's found his way to independent wrestling within the past 6 months, there's not too many wrestlers that he shared the ring with more than once. And this is a second-time meeting between him and JT Dunn, and I do think that that's very telling. What it is telling of, perhaps, I'll leave that to the fans to draw their own conclusions. But there seems to be some unfinished business between Cody and JT Dunn.
Well, can we look at that disaster kick? Doesn't get it.
And being a second-time meeting, these two have each other scouted better than just watching tapes and doing their homework. They know each other's timing. They know what it's like to be in the ring with one another. Perhaps they even know each other's instincts at this point.
You talked about it earlier. You want to talk about that transition to independent wrestling. Cody Rhodes has made a seemingly seamless transition. He has fit the bill. He has fit right in since day one, taking on all of those comers. But you make a valid point. He has only wrestled so many of those people twice. JT Dunn is one of these people. And JT Dunn has been proving people wrong for years now, proving himself in places like Beyond Wrestling, making it to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla under the tutelage of Chris Hero. Chris Hero didn't just take a liking to JT Dunn, he made a partnership out of it, but Cody Rhodes there with a tremendous counter. Oh, wait a minute, taking a page out of the Bob Holly book, his former partner. That's Dango. Cody now, ever careful, and that's gonna cost him. JT Dunn with the ring presence to hang up Cody Rhodes.
What's JT going to be able to do to capitalize?
Catches him right, that was across the neck. That wasn't even the face, that was the neck. JT Dunn takes a seat on the fans' laps. JT Dunn looking strong here in the early going.
I fully anticipate this one's going to go the distance, though.
Absolutely.
Foregoing the feeling out process, so to speak, again, because these two have wrestled somewhat recently, within the past 2 months, if not sooner than that.
Absolutely. Cody Rhodes now, though, could be going up for that. Took him to that suplex from the second rope. JT Dunn from the top. No. Oh, and he's holding him.
That takes an unbelievable amount of strength and coordination to hold close to 200 pounds in JT Dunn
For a
in
full
that
10
position while
seconds.
balancing on those ropes. Cody Rhodes, I mean, dude, nobody's going to say that Cody Rhodes isn't an unbelievable athlete.
Absolutely. Quite the
I
talent.
mean, you take one look at the guy, you already know.
We talked about Tessa Blanchard earlier. Talk about the pedigree. Son of Dusty Rhodes, brother to Goldust. It runs in the family, DC.
I mean, dude, 220 pounds, somebody as tall as Cody Rhodes to have the agility to be so nimble that he can walk the ropes like that, come colliding down on JT Dunn, laying on his feet, and going to be looking to continue those high-flying antics with perhaps a springboard.
Beautiful drop kick.
And that time, enough impact to turn JT Dunn inside out.
JT Dunn taking a powder. He needs some air at this point. That strong start from JT, we're not seeing any of it right now.
Hooking him, maybe for a DDT. We'll never know.
Catch some of that boot. We've seen this before. Catch some of that X Factor. That face buster into the cover. 2. Tony P says 2.
This match probably not even 5 minutes old, and these guys are already busting out the heavy artillery.
JT Dunn back to his feet now.
Cody Rhodes victorious
joins
in their first meeting. You know, I think it's very interesting that JT Dunn being announced as a protege of Chris Hero, considering that this is Chris Hero's last weekend in independent wrestling.
Absolutely.
He's competing for Evolve Wrestling this weekend, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see if JT Dunn's going to be able to stand on his own, because he hasn't had much success in the past. There's always somebody that he's been linked to, whether it was Johnny Gargano or David Starr or the Young Bucks or most recently Chris Hero. You know, JT Dunn is in a position where it's now or never, you know. Is this going to be the JT Dunn that's going to propel himself, you know, to be one of the top guys in independent wrestling?
And I'll tell you,
To be one of the top wrestlers in the WWE. I mean, something that Cody Rhodes, some people may say, had taken for granted the fact that he's decided to give up a life of luxury to, you know, not necessarily slum it on the indies. It's a very different world when you're competing and you're in charge of your own bookings and you have to handle all of your own travel than it was to be part of the WWE machine. So, no, that's something that something that JT Dunn has never had a taste of. Those types of, you know, luxuries.
Absolutely.
Competing in the WWE.
But on the other hand, you're saying what he gave up. Look what JT Dunn's life, what he gave up, what luxuries, if you will, he gave up. This man has taken himself, and you have known him on a personal level for many years. Is this the best JT Dunn you've ever seen? He is focused. He's clear of anything that may have been holding him
I
back.
wish I could give you a straight answer. Was Chris Hero holding him back or helping him out? We're going to find out tonight.
I do believe that this, with a cover, could be 3. Only 2. That this is the best JT Dunn. This is the most focused. This is the most well-finessed.
Look, if he beats Cody Rhodes here tonight, you got me convinced. That's a big if.
JT Dunn, well-versed, does not always well-regarded in strikes, not as well respected for his chain wrestling, for his technical prowess.
Look, this
You
is a
see
page
it
out of
right
Chris Hero's
there.
playbook.
Absolutely.
This is a cravat. You want to talk about being Chris Hero's protege?
That's the thing. He has learned over time, and that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but you can
We've
learn the
seen that
technique,
improvement.
but Chris Hero is 6.5 feet tall, 300 pounds. JT Dunn is not. So for him to keep an opponent the size of Cody Rhodes grounded with the cravat is not the best strategy. However, to try and beat him in a game of speed where you can cut him off with a drop kick, yeah, that's going to be more JT Dunn's forte. That's what I'm saying, man. Is that JT Dunn needs to be more reliant on himself. The fans here in Westbrook seem to believe in JT. Does JT believe in JT?
That is yet to remain to be seen. I think we'll find out tonight, DC.
I hope we found out tonight. I'd love to know.
Interesting hold.
I mean, that's not a hold. That's straight up cheating.
Straight up cheating.
Just one count away from being disqualified. Imagine the largest crowd in Limitless Wrestling history, these people being sent home with a disqualification. I mean, that should be on the wrestler. Somebody like JT Dunn should know better than that. That's not, you know, the official's there to call the match down the middle. You can't blame him.
Oh my goodness! Thunderous knee right into the face. We've seen Cody Rhodes. He's had problems with that face before. He's worn a facial appliance in the past. JT Dunn obviously has done his homework yet again on Cody Rhodes. But perhaps waiting a little too long. This is exactly where you're right, DC. This is when he wants to please these fans. He wants to appease them, but he's got to stay on him. He knows who he's in the ring with. Do not lose sight of it. Cody Rhodes now hooks him up. Float over by JT.
Oh, JT looking for crossroads.
Looking for his own variation of crossroads.
That's how you send a statement. You beat a guy with his own move.
Catch him with a chop in the corner, does Cody
That
Rhodes.
would just be almost poetic for JT Dunn, who's been latched to so many people throughout his career, to beat somebody like Cody Rhodes with his own move. Again, not a JT original.
Oh! Yes.
Jesus, just ran right through.
JT looking for those bows.
There's
Cody
the
Rhodes has a
crossroads.
counter, and a counter for the crossroads. Cody Rhodes now rolls through, gets the cover. Only two. Gas up quick, power slam. Cody Rhodes was able to learn from the likes of Randy Orton, spending so much time with him. Obviously, taking a page out of his book. This man's had the opportunity. You talk about Chris Hero. JT Dunn being able to learn under Chris Hero. Think of all the people throughout his entire life, never mind just his wrestling career, that Cody Rhodes has been able to learn from and apply to his craft.
Second, third generation wrestler. You know, in our lifetime, we'll be seeing some fourth generation wrestlers too. Yeah, I mean, you're bred for this. You know, you don't really have many other options. You're going to be a professional wrestler when you learn the business. You know, probably was learning things before he can even remember.
That set out powerbomb, 2. Tony P says 2.
I'll give JT credit for that too. He was able to get the feet over the shoulders of Cody Rhodes. But again, just the size difference. Cody Rhodes is going to be...
And here you go.
How much more weight do you think Cody Rhodes has on him than JT? I didn't hear the initial announcement, but JT's probably going to be in the range of maybe like 160, 170. I did hear Cody Rhodes build at 220.
220.
So, I mean, give it up.
That was the time of the weigh-in. We don't know how much he's carrying around now.
Right. I mean, generously 50 pounds. Is a difference.
Generously.
And maybe 6 inches too. You know, that's a big difference.
That's a height difference. And of course the veteran card. We can play that card all day. Cody Rhodes has been in it longer. JT Dunn going up top. Cody Rhodes catches, rolls through. Oh, this could be the figure 4. And he's got it. Textbook figure 4 by the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
You know, you can't say JT doesn't have a ton of heart. The kid's got a ton of heart. But even then, it's like, well, what can you say about Cody Rhodes? I mean, that's the definition of heart, to give up your entire life to basically do things your own way. I mean, Cody's got just as much to prove as JT as far as I'm concerned.
That is cinched in deep. Not perfectly in the center, but JT Dunn does not seem to be going anywhere, moving now. And he gets it. Cody Rhodes now pushing that count, leaving it up to 3.
Well, Rhodes was not really taking the route, wasn't in his strategy, or in his playbook, I should say, to target the legs of JT Dunn, but that was an opening that he capitalized on, and we're going to see if he's going to continue to try and go after the legs, or maybe if he's going to go back to his original strategy.
Oh my goodness.
That is the type of move
Spikes.
that'll break your neck.
This could be it. Again, taking a page out of the Randy Orton playbook. Dropping JT Dunn on his head.
Yeah, I don't know. I never seen Orton do it like that. That was
usually from the second rope. That was all the way from the top rope.
Plus, he had the arm hooked. JT basically limp. But is Cody going to go back to the legs, or is he going to be looking for the crossroads?
He is looking for that crossroads. JT Dunn evades it once again. Looking for some sort of a cutter. JT Dunn pushes off, rolls through, and he catches him. Catches him with that ace crusher.
Rhodes over to the ropes. Still has.
Whoa, very close.
See, that was a better maneuver on Rhodes, even better maneuver on JT, because JT hooked the outside leg instead of the inside leg so that Cody couldn't get his leg on the bottom rope, forcing him to expend the energy to kick out. However, it's more awkward to hold your opponent down when you're going for that outside leg. That's why you see the inside leg. Hooked most frequently. You know, that's why they call it human chess, though.
Absolutely.
You're in a situation like that. You got to make the decision. Do you hook the inside leg? Do you hook the outside leg? Do you pull him away from the ropes?
Talk about human chess. Right now, we're both in a stalemate. Cody Rhodes, JT Dunn. JT Dunn goes big and comes up empty.
And Dunn, D-O-N-E, throw reverse. Who knows if the kid can even breathe right now? I think he was looking for a flying forearm or a cross body. Cody's still shaking the cobwebs.
Tony P not making the count, checking on Cody Rhodes to make sure he's all right. JT Dunn slow to get up. I do not see him up yet.
Cody could be hurt. There's something going on with Cody and the ref that we do not know about. I cannot hear this dialogue. I'm not sure what is going on. If Cody can continue, I'd be surprised if JT can.
JT continues on. There he is. JT Dunn. What in the world? Oh, wait a second. Desperate times. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute.
I don't think that was intentional.
I'm very surprised at JT Dunn bringing out the powder. An old trick up his sleeve. Cody Rhodes, looking for crossroads. Perfect. Crossroads hit perfectly.
He spiked him, but there's nobody to make the count. Let's get another official out of here, Limitless. Come on.
DC, we have 7, 8. He's got JT beat.
I mean, Tony's blinded. He's not deaf. I mean, I don't know if he got knocked out from that kick.
Disaster kick.
This match is turning into a disaster. We gotta get order here. The biggest match in Limitless Wrestling history.
Meanwhile, we can't find a ref.
It's gonna be marked with an asterisk.
Cody's calling for one. JT's back up to his feet. Catches him. That's a death by elbow. And a cover of his own. Here comes Stephen DeMac. Only 2.
A match like this, a match of this magnitude, if you have to, you gotta assign multiple officials something.
JT Dunn just doesn't know what to do. He has his opponent scouted.
Well, I mean,
just recently he tangoed with Cody Rhodes. He has to have.
He's got to know that just moments ago he was almost beaten by the crossroads.
And he's going to get beaten again.
He's wrestling on borrowed time right now. You better make the most of it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, JT answers back. Cody with one of his own. JT again. Tit for tat here late in this contest. JT with a thunderous chop. Cody returns it. Elbow and a punch. JT's on Dream Street. No! Backstabber! Dead set, center right in the middle of his back. JT Dunn could be looking for a big elbow. This could be the kill shot here.
Did he telegraph it? Yes.
Crossroads again. Roll through. Got the legs. JT Dunn has defeated Cody Rhodes. JT Dunn has defeated Cody Rhodes here in Limitless Wrestling. It's over.
Wow.
JT Dunn just defeated Cody Rhodes here in Limitless Wrestling. DC, what is it's the official decision. DC, this is absolutely not about anybody eating crow, but JT Dunn has just defeated Cody Rhodes. DC, with all due respect, and I really do mean that, what do you got to say? You got nothing to say now? After all of that, and I mean that respectfully. You've seen this man
I could probably count on one hand the amount of people that have beaten Cody Rhodes since he's made his way to the Indies, and JT Dunn is one of them. And he did it all on his own.
In a truly fantastic.
A little bit crafty on his part to bust out the powder. Certainly can't say that it was his fault that the referee got kicked, though.
Truly fantastic contest nonetheless. And this crowd here in Westbrook is letting them both hear it. Thank you so much, dude. It was a pleasure tonight.
Well, that wasn't what I expected. I guess you win some and you lose some, right? I'm dumbfounded. You know what, somebody just said it, and the sentiment rings true. Thank you, Limitless. Is it midnight already? Oh gosh. Thank you guys. You have hung in all night. Did you guys have fun? Oh, you guys are you're just too sweet.
He said it.
Alright, so maybe I come back and maybe I bring some of my Bullet Club brethren with me. I know it's late. And I wasn't the victor tonight. JT Dunn was. He's a hell of a competitor, so hats off to JT Dunn. I know it's late. I'm going to go back over to that table. For anybody that I missed earlier, please come on by, say hello. I'll be here all night if I have to be. Yeah, I like to do this thing. I'll be here each night. Makes me feel close to my father. Makes me remember why I love wrestling, and hopefully you'll oblige me. Thank you, Limitless. Thank you very, very much. Introducing first to our left, from St. Paul, Minnesota, she is the one-woman Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Rachael Ellering. Her opponent to my right, from Providence, Rhode Island, she's a real catch, Ashley.
Max Smashmaster here with someone I wasn't too fond of a long time ago, but now I've gained a lot of respect for, one Miss Princess Kimberly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm
This is
doing
the first
well.
time we've ever had a conversation.
I believe it is, actually.
Yes, it is. Well, we're here to... I put together the commentary, and we have a fantastic women's wrestling match, and I wanted a fantastic women's wrestler here to help me call the action. So that's why I brought you here.
Well, I appreciate that you finally recognize what the princess stood for.
I absolutely recognize, because you're the only female who's ever pinned me. in a professional wrestling ring, and I have the utmost respect for you. But the two people I have respect for as well is Ashley Vox and Rachael Ellering. As
Yeah,
you
they're
can
off
see,
to
Rachael
a-
Ellering has a nice deep arm bar in, but Ashley Vox able to counter to a hammerlock and then into a side headlock very gracefully.
Nice. Yeah, so far they've been countering each other pretty much toe for toe from the beginning of this.
Yep.
Oh.
The thing is, I don't think these two have ever encountered each other, even on a show together, so they don't know anything about each other. You can watch video and whatnot, but you don't really know until you get in there with a person. And
Yeah,
you lock up.
absolutely. It's completely different once you're finally in there with them. And Rachael definitely has the size advantage going into this, and somebody who knows her well, she's a powerhouse, and Ashley's going to have to find a way to overcome that. And
Yes, Ashley will have to use all of her finesse to work her way around Rachael Ellering, who has a powerlifting background. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So she has her work cut out for her, and this seems like quite the uphill battle if you look at the tail of the tape. Is able to shoot her off, but easily knocks her down. Does
yeah, I
Rachael
didn't see
Ellering.
that going too well for her.
Rachael Ellering rolls all the way through, looking for a counter here, passes her by. Passes her. Oh! Big forearm, but Ashley Vox staying vertical. I'm pretty surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't go straight down from that.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh!
And Rachael Ellering giving her something to think about. You want to stay on your feet, you're going to get chopped.
Looks like another. Oh!
Another one. You see
I
those
think I
chops
feel
coming
those
up
over
and
here.
almost catching her on the jaw after she hits her right on the chest. Snapmares her through and goes to kick her in the face, but hits a nice senton.
Kick out at one. I'm impressed, Ashley.
Ashley has a lot to prove. She's generally the smallest competitor of any matches that she's in, so
Yeah,
she has to fight uphill battles, but this one seems like possibly the biggest one that she's ever had. Driving all of her weight into Rachael Ellering. Going for a second one, taking a bit too much time, and
Caught
obviously
out
gonna
of
pay
the
for
air.
pops her right down to her feet. Ducks under the little fish hook. I don't know. These are illegal tactics here. Double fish hook Beal from Ashley Vox.
That is awesome. See, it's using stuff like that that's going to give Ashley the upper advantage.
Where the head goes, the body follows, and Ashley Vox absolutely used that to her advantage.
Didn't take long, though, for Rachael to turn that one back around.
I guess the body follows when you get your head kicked off as well.
Now we know.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, drove her face first. Able to whip her leg back, causing a whiplash in the face of Rachael Ellering. Met the canvas right on the edge of the ring there.
Right on the apron, the hardest spot she could have been on.
Oh, nice suicide dive, throwing all of her body weight at Rachael Ellering.
And Ashley is standing.
She needs to stay on her, though.
Yeah, absolutely. She needs to get away from the fans and back on Rachael because she won't be down for long.
Some people feel like these crowds here at Limitless Wrestling are so crazy and they're so ferocious. People love to go to them and they love to feel
No,
that,
it definitely can distract you because
absolutely.
we're here
we just
for
saw
the
it right
fans.
there.
Oh.
Rachael Ellering would not be to her feet right now if she didn't do that. All the way through. Big boss man slam takes down Ashley Vox. Ashley Vox able to kick out, but it wasn't a kick out at one like we saw before.
No, she's starting to wear down.
Rachael Ellering bringing her back to her feet, looking to inflict more punishment. Another
Big forearm.
Oh, is that an open fist? I can't see from my vantage point. Maybe just forearm. Oh, bicycle kick on the ropes. Nowhere to go, does Ashley Vox. All the way up. Pop-up spine buster.
Ashley's still kicking out last second.
Sounds like someone in the crowd has a bell that they're ringing. Oh, we got this. Oh, my goodness, she did it!
Oh, my
I can't believe she did it! She hit the real catch out of nowhere.
I'm just as shocked as you are. That's amazing.
Unbelievable. Ashley Vox was able to hit the real catch and hook it in nice and tight and pull on the jaw of
We just saw an upset
Rachael.
here
An
tonight.
absolute upset.
An upset.
I had almost counted out Ashley Vox. Obviously some unfinished business. Chris Ellering wasn't even supposed to be here tonight.
All the refs are in the ring right now. Ashley is not looking good. She got pelted.
Yeah. Blindside. Ashley Vox made the mistake of putting her hands on Chris Ellering, and she took a kick right to the side of the head. And then ferocious punches as she's being dragged to the backstage area.
We might need to get some medical attention out here for Ashley. She is not looking
We had
good.
a couple of referees, so let's let them deal with it. I don't know what's going on here. People are going crazy tonight.
Looks like she's standing.
Harry Smith, the son of the British Bulldog, Johnny Torres, is in fact in the little black book of Dirty Dango. match was very much surprised to see Brian Black, of all people, involved with Dango.
Yeah.
Main wrestling socialite, if you will, Dango, bringing Harry Smith back to Limitless Wrestling. And I say back because there is history with Harry Smith and MSP. Some tag team contests just a couple of years ago. Our old stomping grounds in Westbrook, and
yeah, MSP has not forgotten about the power that Harry Smith is packing. But it's a different tag team partner this time around because they have to deal with one of the longest running main wrestling veterans of all time. I'm talking about Dirty Dango.
Dirty Dango, certainly with a new outlook. Color me surprised just a couple of months ago. Oh wait. Yes.
There he is.
The New Talent Initiative is hot and running in 2022. Brian Black. You may remember him as Palmer Cannon, UPN associate there, and of course, Maine's favorite son, according to him, Dirty Dango. He thinks that everyone here in the fine state of Maine is number one.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Got it.
Please don't wreck that young man's phone in the front row. Yes, there you are.
Once known as the pride of Portland, I don't know how much pride he's taking in Portland these days.
Talk about Dirty Dango. Kind of took MSP under his wing in the past couple months throughout 2022 and was not happy with the results of their six-man contest just a couple of months ago. Laid both men out. MSP looking to try to get a sliver of revenge here tonight. Unfortunately for them, it's that Harry Smith, his partner of choosing tonight.
Yeah, the tallest of tasks ahead. Between Dango and Harry Smith, you know the scouting that they did on MSP was already top flight. When MSP, the anger, lies in their corner.
We were talking about it earlier.
This is Limitless Wrestling. The best roster in the Northeast. Well, it is now. And you can thank Dango for that. I expected a better reception than this. Dango and I have a bone to pick with the Maine State Posse. If you didn't know, Dango and I are the reason that you are here. We helped build professional wrestling in the state of Maine. Men like myself, men like Adam Miller, men like Frankie O'Neill, men like Dirty Dango. We are professional wrestling in the state of Maine. We are the reason that there is a Limitless Wrestling.
Frankie Armadillo reference in 2022, Johnny Torres.
Love to see it. Wasn't on my bingo card.
It's not on my bingo.
Now, I have to tip my cap to the Maine State Posse. I understand they just had a match with All Elite Wrestling. Fellas, that's wonderful. This is our biggest Jericho in WrestleMania.
Lest you forget.
This man's grandfather is a Hall of Famer. This man's father is a Hall of Famer. This guy is pretty much on his way to the Hall of Fame. This man has carried an NXT Tag Team title. This man has carried an NWA Tag Team title, an IWTV Tag Team title. He has carried a WWE Tag Team title. And in just a moment, these men are going to carry the MSP through this match. And as soon as that's over, if they're lucky, the MSP will be able to carry their bags to the parking lot.
Well,
Oh, that vibe just
we
changed.
certainly needed the vibe to change there, Johnny Torres, and who better on the 7th year anniversary than these guys?
Aiden Aggro, DangerKid, the shapeshifter and the captain.
On the very first Limitless Wrestling show, DangerKid, a young cameraman.
Yes.
Aiden Aggro, recovering from an injury, sitting in the crowd at the very first Limitless show.
A literal definition of working their way up the card.
They said they just counted 3 people.
Whoa!
I thought it was Beavis May. It's Alexander Lee, the third member
The
of
coach
MSP.
is in attendance, but Alexander Lee back in Yarmouth.
Some names left off the list of main wrestling visionaries. Brian Black, he's a former chaotic wrestling heavyweight champion many moons ago. He's taking care of himself, but looks like they have an answer for Brian Black in the form of Alexander Lee.
Odds have been evened up here.
DangerKid and Aiden Aggro. The vibe has changed. The captain and the shapeshifter ready to exact some revenge here at the expense of Dango and Harry Smith.
Alexander Lee feeling the vibe. We'll see if Brian Black, Harry Smith, and Dango feel the vibe here tonight. Here at #ChasingForever. Hope you're all enjoying yourself watching at home. I know I am.
Dango helped build Maine Wrestling, and these are 2 people that are keeping it alive, Johnny.
Yes, sir. We'll turn it over to Ethan Scott.
Introducing team number 1 to my first. From Calgary, Alberta, weighing at 260 pounds, Harry Smith. And his tag team partner, Cody Rhodes by Brian Black from Portland, Maine. From Tampa, Florida.
Oh my.
Weighing tonight at 230 pounds, Kerry Dango. Introducing their opponents to my left, a fight ringside by Alexander Lee. From Asian Man, at a total combined weight of 382 pounds, he's got his opponent, the captain, Aggro, the shapeshifter, DangerKid. This is the vibe, MSP.
Stage set. Harry Smith, Dango, DangerKid, Aiden Aggro. Grudge Match City, population, all of us.
Let's have this crowd, Torres. Trying to tell me who the favorite wrestlers from Maine in this contest are.
Yeah, and if there was any ambiguity there, I'd say Brian Black erased that off the board.
Alexander Lee hot on the trail of Brian Black. I would say it is an unenviable task being across the ring from not just Dango, but also being across the ring from Harry Smith. The one silver lining for the MSP, of course, would be the idea that they have been in the ring with Harry Smith on 2 occasions.
No strangers with Dango either. Shared the same side. MSP looking to get the tandem work off.
That's the difference. They stayed at the same side. They have never been on opposing sides, and I think that's going to make all the difference. Brian Black wiping down Dango. MSP, suicide dives in tandem.
Picture perfect stereo. DangerKid, Aggro, feeling it here.
Dango looking worse for the wear here. Harry Smith even taken out. DangerKid bringing Dango back in the hard way.
Yes, spilling in the ring goes Dango.
Trying to work things out here. Back to the corner goes Aiden Aggro. DangerKid bringing up Dango. Gonna catch him with that right hand. Hitting the ropes does Dango. And
Oh, but little gamesmanship out of the captain.
Ducks that one. Big kicks in tandem by MSP. Hitting the deck is Dango. That's a tag right there made.
Rocking and rolling here.
You've seen this before. Little extra weight coming on that senton, Johnny Torres. Incoming. Gets all of it.
You hear the pack never lacking, the backpack never lacking there. Aggro with the cover.
2 men on that senton. That's nearly 400 pounds.
We're keeping the lightning quick tags here.
That's the thing. It's all about the exchanges. Consummate with the tags is MSP so far here in the early going. Look at this game.
Pondering the vibe changer.
This early in the contest. I'm not sure about this Torres, but
shifting gears.
Backcracker, that's half of it.
Drip drop.
There's a Brian Black. There to distract the referee and Harry Smith there.
Oh no, and DangerKid, as hung up could be, in a bad way there on the corner.
Aiden Aggro now to the outside. Dango coming in. Once again, drives that knee into the leg.
Tag to Harry Smith, that mountain of a man. Catch wrestling champion. Going to work on the outside.
Absolutely. And what a dangerous man Harry Smith is. And, you know, you take a look at what we were talking about earlier. Trying to match strength with the likes of Beef or JD Drake is a fool's errand. But if you want to try to match strength with Harry Smith, you are playing crazy. Yes. And I assure you, I don't think there's anyone in the building that can match strength with Harry Smith.
No, sir.
Very much aware of the injury there to the knee of DangerKid.
Yeah, we're just talking about the power of Harry Smith. Delivering maneuvers like that as something as, to, you know, the untrained eye, as simple as driving a leg across the ring apron. But with the power of Harry Smith behind it.
Whole nother level here.
Wait a minute.
Spitting image of his father right here. That surfboard. Trying to get some momentum on his side. Wait a minute. Oh.
Swivel of the hips.
For good measure.
Don't you double stomp.
To both knees. Bad enough that one is injured, but to take out both knees perhaps is the plan here for Dango and Harry Smith.
They don't get much more surgical than Harry Smith when it comes to pure precision.
A tactician, if you will, Johnny Torres.
Yeah.
Wishbone connects. Shooting up the knees through the thighs into the nether regions of DangerKid. That wishbone-esque maneuver.
Multifaceted tandem maneuver there. Multiple impacts. Dango keeping up the pressure.
Back elbow from DangerKid. Finds himself perched on the second rope. Wait a minute. Dragon screw. Oh no! Very dangerous maneuver. Got those legs grapevine there.
And if those legs weren't in agony before.
Imagine the impact of a dragon screw at ground level, but taking you from the second rope where you're perched. Even more impact, even more torque on that leg.
Yeah, the combination of the wicked twist and that fall. Yeah, Aggro, you can even see he knows that DangerKid is in some sort of danger now.
They knock those shoulders both down. Nate Speckman right there to make sure that forearm landing flush from Dango into the boot of Harry Smith. Tag made.
Fluid tag team wrestling from two tag team specialists. Brian Black had read off the resume of both warriors. This is not where DK wants to be.
Let's talk about that, Johnny Torres. You want to talk about accolades. Dirty Dango. The NXT tag team titles at his helm. Talk about a victory against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, of all people. Harry Smith, former IWGP Tag Team Champion. NWA Tag Team Champion. WWE Tag Team Champion. The list goes on and on.
Yes, sir.
Pedigree of both men. Perhaps
resumes for days.
It's easy to overshadow the MSP, but the MSP have heart. They bear the flag of the state of Maine on their backs when they come out here.
Yes, sir.
Tonight on the 7th anniversary, you gotta believe that they will do anything to stay in this contest. Harry Smith dropping that elbow.
Harry Smith. So fast, even for a mountain of a man. Ducking out of the way of that enziguri. Well-placed elbow drop. DangerKid. But Yarmouth now. Trying to rally behind the shapeshifter.
Scoop and a slam, picture perfect. Right into the cover. Harry says it's over. Only 2.
That is a long fall. Harry Smith.
Big leg drop. DangerKid, desperate need of that tag. I bet he wish he could tag in Alexander Lee at the moment.
Right. Might be rolling into the banana split.
Gets him. 2. Only a count of 2. DangerKid gets out, but that leg still grapevine. Tight and deep. Harry Smith has it.
Those years on the mats for Harry Smith. It's as comfortable as can be. A fish in water. Tag to Dango. Even now, Harry Smith. DK nowhere to go.
Dango feeling himself here. Perhaps now thinking he can just pick the bones, have a little fun with these kids.
Yeah, you gotta believe both knees for DangerKid probably feeling like Jello right about now.
Can you believe that? Residing in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, I don't think he's going by the pride of Portland anymore.
He just built a house. Showed it to everybody on Twitter, damn it. Tampa, making a seasonal residence perhaps. Smart in there, once again, is not let up. Since that injury to the knee, they have not let up either Dango or Harry Smith.
And just the sweet science paying dividends for Dango and Harry Smith.
And Dango's just making it look easy at this point, Johnny Torres. There's the ropes. See Harry Smith trying to bring that rope back.
Stomping on the fingers of DangerKid in the process.
Tag once again made to Harry Smith. Putting the boots to DangerKid.
And you gotta wonder, that third pair of eyes outside the ring in Brian Black. You have to wonder the dividends, the corner work that's coming from that.
Big headbutt. DangerKid in the worst possible way right now. Needs to do anything to get that tag to Aiden Aggro. You heard him yell it, you gotta get up. Surely he knows, Captain. Surely he knows.
Slow to rise and taking an exorbitant amount of punishment. And I don't think that's over with yet. Harry Smith. Lands flush.
Uppercut, my goodness. And this is what I got to add. I remember this has happened in the past against the likes of Harry Smith. And you gotta wonder, Harry Smith, he knows what he's doing in there. He would not be playing with his food if he didn't think that he was gonna get to eat it at the end. Double underhook launches DangerKid.
Good God.
My goodness, look at this man. 2 physical specimens having their way with the MSP.
Yeah, cut from stone. But Yarmouth not showing any love.
Ryan Black now introducing a chair into the fray here. I don't know why.
Now they were firmly in control.
Seems very unnecessary at this point.
Never mind the hardware. Yeah, didn't need that at all.
Overhand right and a chop to the seated DangerKid.
And Dango playing the mind games, deeming the thrust a must. Wait a minute.
Now this is going to be a free one for you, DangerKid. Call this one the buyback.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that is not how you wanted to land on a chair. Absolutely not. That is not the seat that Dango thought he was going to be taking. Ryan Black not loving that one right now.
Yeah, that certainly backfired there. DK now. Getting closer. Dango's got the clutches on the ankle.
Crowd letting MSP hear it. Will that be enough to fuel DangerKid? Who gets the tag to Aiden Aggro?
Here comes the Cartwheel King. Here comes the Captain.
Cartwheels through.
Heads up. Biracial facial.
The biracial facial. Yes, that is the name. Aiden Aggro going to the top rope. All this energy. He's going to be able to exert it now.
The tuck.
Catches them. Both of that drop kick. Pinpoint accuracy. And Aiden Aggro's feeling it. The Captain stirring the ship now.
All systems go. Wait a minute, vibe check!
Gets him. The tides of turning that vibe check. Nate Speckman out of position. 2. Only 2. Took a little too much time to get into that pin formation. I think that there's a chance MSP could have had him there, Johnny Torres.
Yes, sir. DangerKid, you gotta believe that was the last gasp of what he's got in the tank.
Alexander Lee there at ringside, trying to stir something. Aiden Aggro needs to keep on Dango here, still holding on to that nether region. Here we go.
Last vacation?
Last vacation, no. Lands on his feet, does Dango. Meeting of the minds. Dango there. What's this going to be?
That Falcon Arrow!
Gets it. Falcon Arrow. Right into the cover. 2, 3, only 2.
Wow, big money offense landed. Only good for 2, though.
Dango now.
I can't believe it.
Still trying to catch his breath. He's still absolutely still on spaghetti legs from landing on that chair, courtesy of DangerKid.
Oh, yeah.
Going to the top rope here. What could he be thinking?
And that picture-perfect leg drop, that guillotine leg drop.
So that leg drop.
But Aggro back up to standing. Dango over the top.
Out of the way. Wait a minute.
Not where you want to be.
Wait a minute. Does DangerKid have enough in the tank here? Going up.
Drip drop!
Drip drop connects. He gets it. You got to cover that man. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a second. Brian Black, come on. Brian Black in the right place at the right time. Alexander Lee there with a headbutt.
Had enough, seen enough.
It just became Maiden Wrestling Legends night here.
Yeah,
Where's Larry Huntley when you need him?
2 pioneers
Right in front of us.
of the wrestling scene.
This is Brian Black. Not missing a beat. He's out there brawling. Alexander Lee. It's Larry! It's Larry Huntley! Scuffle and Hellberry Larry Huntley.
It's an EWA reunion.
Turn around, boys. You got to turn around. Oh. Clotheslines from Harry Smith.
Harry Smith now.
You talk about that leg drop. Harry Smith. Gonna catch a breath. That power slam. Running power slam from Harry Smith. Sets the man up. Leg drop. Flush. The cover. 2 and 2. Oh.
What? What?
2?
No way.
Only a 2, says Nate Speckman. Dango beside himself. That catches him. 2. They got him. He gets him. That's a 3. MSP has just upset Dirty Dango and Harry Smith. Anything can happen on the anniversary show, Johnny Torres. Do you believe it? Me? Who? Me. This guy right here. Rock and roll is alive and well. Look at standing ovation as it should be. Ricky Morton is in the house, folks.
66 years old, got over a 40-year career, and
66 years young.
There you go.
Turns back the clock every single time he steps into that ring. Look at this crowd. They know that they're about to see something special right here.
The energy completely shifted. There was an air of electricity that just started generating throughout Yarmouth as Ricky Morton makes his way around ringside here at Hard to Handle, Troy.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
Danny Thomas has to walk himself. You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is the guy that invented all the tricks.
This is exactly true, and he has not faltered. He has not lost a step along the way.
And, you know, says a company like Kerry Morton. I saw Kerry zipping around all here today. He's a busy guy.
He certainly is.
Say Kerry's got a little injury to the hand there, but did not stop him from being here. Where he ended up.
First, to my left, he is accompanied to ringside by former WWF Hall of Famer Sidney Bakabella.
Stand corrected. We're not allowed to say the F part here up here in commentary. Can't. Between him and God.
And he represents the man currently on loan from the Dallas Wrestling Office, weighing in at 227 pounds, world class Channing Thomas.
Ricky Morton has a lot to say about perhaps the Von Erichs, but that's a story for a different time.
Starting to make some.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent to my right is a current member of the WWE Hall of Fame.
And in good standing, too, unlike Sidney Bakabella, that bum.
He is a 9-time former World Tag Team Champion. From the volunteer state of Tennessee, weighing in at 225 pounds, one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton!
Such a feel-good vibe pulsing through Yarmouth. Fans here at Limitless and hard to handle, chanting rock and roll.
I got chills, Alyssa. This is a great moment. Now I think Channing Thomas knows what to make of it.
Well, you know what? Channing Thomas said ahead of this matchup that this is a once-in-a-lifetime generational matchup, but that he plans to embarrass this legend. I don't know exactly how he plans to do that, but
Here we go. Here's an exchanging of words here. This is long overdue.
they certainly have crossed paths across the territories, and I don't know what turns they exactly left on.
I'm gonna guess not good, Alyssa.
Yeah, I heard that
Not good.
I heard you could cut the tension with a knife back in the locker room. I think they had to be kind of separated.
Or a shiv if you were Sidney Bakabella.
God, you never know what Sidney Bakabella might have on him.
That gun in his fanny pack has not made too many appearances lately in Maine. Hopefully it'll stay that way.
Is Sidney yelling, "I'm not drunk"? Which usually if you have to yell it at that volume, makes me wonder.
Now listen,
but
we have over 300 people here tonight. We are sold out. Super no vacancy here tonight, folks.
And now Channing Thomas haranguing the legendary Ricky Morton.
Morton, you know, there's nothing that this man hasn't seen yet.
Oh,
He's gonna show you how to put him in the palm of your hand, kid.
if there's anyone that stands in such complete polarity to the reception of Ricky Morton, it's Channing Thomas.
He is. You know, you talk about a feather in the cap. You know, what a big win it would be at the expense of Ricky Morton for Channing Thomas. Talking about people that want to be #1 contender here in Limitless Wrestling. People that want to punch their ticket. Channing Thomas under Sidney Bakabella said it. Channing Thomas, this time next year, that would be the end of this calendar year, 2023, will be the Limitless Wrestling Champion. A win over Ricky Morton. He stayed busy, and that's an understatement. This isn't like some guy coming back and doing a little comeback tour. Ricky Morton is wrestling twice a weekend, every weekend,
I was
and
gonna
has
say-
for at least the past year almost.
This weekend alone, I think was in North Carolina, now making his way up to Maine. World traveled, and still, as we're seeing, has the attention and has the crowd here enraptured. But now, Channing Thomas said ahead of this matchup that he did a lot of tape study. He knows the things to watch out for. He said that most importantly, he knows that Morton is crafty. But he said he's craftier, and I think Sidney Bakabella has something to do with that.
How do you do? Yeah, Ricky Morton felt that one. He's not going to be
Certainly
shy
did.
about that.
Big power on display from Thomas, riding a high off of those recent wins here at Limitless.
Now Ricky Morton kind of knows what he's up against, I suppose. Boy. Sidney
geez.
Bakabella telling Randy Garber Jr. to call an ambulance. Shoulder tackle.
Referee Greenleaf checking on Ricky Morton.
I think Ricky
Still-
Morton's A-okay.
Yeah, still able to compete in this matchup.
I say, just a shoulder tackle. You're going to have to do a lot more.
I mean,
Shoulder
that's-
tackle will take out this guy.
That's one hell of a feeling out process, though.
Bringing him in, reeling him in. Channing Thomas getting impatient here. Shoots him off. Reversal of fortunes brings Channing Thomas into the buckle off the rope.
Oh,
And a shoulder.
okay.
That's how it's done. How do you do, Channing Thomas?
Turnabout fair play.
His shoulder, punching his jaw. That shoulder tackle may have made way to the teeth of Channing Thomas there. Look at the look on Channing Thomas's face.
And you got to imagine that an entire sold-out crowd here in Yarmouth is chanting rock and roll is probably not doing the best for Channing Thomas's psyche.
Ricky Morton. Not playing a little possum with how much that shoulder tackle affected him earlier. Now he's going to take his time. All right. We're going to restart this one here.
You're really sizing
Channing
one
Thomas
another up.
Channing Thomas is already going to have to be going back into the playbook here. Maybe trying to change that game plan.
I mean, Thomas, though, think about all of the tape that Thomas has had at his fingertips to study on the WWE Hall of Famer he's sharing the ring with. There's not quite as much tape study that Ricky Morton could have done on Channing Thomas.
Yeah, for every bit of tape study that Channing Thomas did on him, just remember that Ricky Morton was the guy that was in the ring with Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the ring with the Midnight Express, with the Rock and Roll RPMs, with the Road Warriors, all right? That's the experience part of it coming in. How do you do it?
Gosh, trying to actually hold Morton back.
You gotta watch them both, though. There's two hands on the man. You gotta watch their chin. Rock and roll.
The rumble of rock and roll reverberating throughout Yarmouth here at Hard to Handle.
Call a timeout. Oh, timeout.
That's not how this works, Sidney.
So Sidney Bakabella had the opportunity to go referee in the Smoky Mountains in the early 90s. Jimmy Del Rey was going to go out on his own. He called old Sidney Bakabella, and he found out that Ricky Morton was still along. He said, I think I'm okay.
It looks like Bakabella and Thomas having a little meeting of the minds, maybe a little re-strategizing here in his corner.
I believe Sidney just said, hold him down for 3 seconds is the advice he just gave.
I mean, that is the way to win a match.
My goodness. This is
just a matter of execution.
Thomas's manager in this. World class, Channing Thomas.
Control of the arm by Morton. Channing Thomas searching for purchase. Oh!
Gonna pull those fingers apart.
I think that might have been an assisted middle finger to Sidney Bakabella.
Say that could injure some fingers too. You can laugh all you want.
Oh, come on now!
Out there for Channing Thomas.
Raking at the eyes of Morton, now sending him into the turnbuckle, compromising the vision of the WWE Hall of Famer.
Channing Thomas now gonna wind up. Catches a big right hand, landing flush on Ricky Morton.
Right to the jaw. And now wrenching.
By the hair, and he's got a lot of it.
The luscious locks are being wrenched upon by Thomas. Tangled up in that corner, nowhere to go. Blocked.
Blocks it, an overhand right. And another from Ricky Morton. They're coming in bunches, two of them. Shoots off Channing Thomas. Thomas off the rope, catches the blow.
Doubles over world class.
Feeling it now. What could it be here? Could be a DDT. Not quite, no.
Yeah, air is out of the lungs, and now
big knee lift there. That brings Sidney Bakabella up to the apron.
Bakabella, come on. Oh, hang on. No love lost between these two. Wait, no. Channing Thomas.
He's got the duck. Wait a minute, right in front of us. Channing doesn't see it. We got Kerry Morton right there in front of us.
Kerry Morton is here. He sensed his dad was in danger.
Wait, a lot of tomfoolery going on here. Easy there.
A cheap shot was attempted by world class and by Sidney.
What are we calling for the bell? Nothing happened. Why are we calling for the bell? A little too much tomfoolery going on here.
Oh, hang on. We're gonna hear from the Mortons. We're gonna hear from Ricky.
Leaf Eric called for the bell. I don't know what's going on here.
Foreign object was introduced to the match.
Guys, thank y'all very much. Hey, listen, don't go nowhere, man. We got all night to kill. All night. Now listen. All my life, when you come to see me, I want to make sure you get your money's worth. You hear me? I want to make sure you get your money's worth. And I'm looking back there, and Cutie back here, look at that hairdo. Now, hey, I know I got a skullet, but damn. Hey, you want to be in this ring? Do you want to be a part of wrestling? You want to jump up and interfere? You know, and I want you out. I'm asking you people, what do you think? Now, what do you think?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
How about at the main event? I'm too old. A main event tonight. Tonight.
This evening.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight.
When?
Tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
How about if we come back, me and my son here, against y'all two in the main event?
The playing field has been changed.
Papa Bear only does
Rock
main
and
events,
roll.
so- Wait a minute. I want to see it.
It is now time for your main event of the evening.
Johnny, we saw how all of this developed
Yes, indeed.
between Channing Thomas and the legend Ricky Morton. Now it is.
Look at the face.
Yeah.
Sidney Bakabella.
Making
My
his
God.
Limitless in-ring debut, and I don't think that
Even
this is
after
on his
spending-
bingo card.
Even after spending all the time at the tanning bench, he's still as pale as a ghost.
I think that he's turned that pale from the shock of having to compete tonight at Hard to Handle.
Sidney Bakabella, he's laced up the boots a multitude of times, but who knows when the last time was. I think back, maybe EWA out of the Springfield territory.
I mean, who knows? This could be shades of Nashville, 1981. This could be Louisville, Memphis coming alive tonight at Hard to Handle.
And what a situation for Channing Thomas, watching generations collide in such a way. Having to shift gears, I mean, how do you prepare for somebody like Ricky Morton, where if you're studying from the playbook that he wrote?
No
Now,
doubt.
it's not singles competition anymore. It's his bread and butter. It's tag team wrestling with his son.
Yeah.
Sidney, you can see it, etched across his face.
Yeah, I think for the first time that I've ever seen Sidney Bakabella either, usually ringside, he looks a little shaken, Johnny. Not stirred.
No, not at all. 008 potentially.
But Johnny, you talk about the generational talent, and talking to Ricky Morton ahead of this matchup, he really shared just how special it is for him to be able to compete alongside his son. He remembers the bonds that he made with his own father, traveling the roads, learning from him, making the memories, and this is now fourth generation for the Mortons. And an absolutely incredible treat that we are getting here at Limitless.
My heart grows 3 sizes on this day. Ricky and Kerry Morton.
You see Kerry around his waist, the heavyweight World Junior Heavyweight Championship. Kerry calls himself a traveling champ. So wherever Kerry goes, that belt goes with him. He has some upcoming international opportunities that are going to be super exciting for him. And he even hosted the championship belt here across the apron, because anywhere he goes, he brings along that belt. He's a fighting champion.
Yeah, suffice to say, probably won't be the last time we see Kerry Morton here in a Limitless Wrestling ring. We might be seeing some of those championship defenses you allude to here up in Yarmouth, Maine. But tonight, making their tag team debut, the Mortons, against Sidney Bakabella and Channing Thomas. I don't think Ricky or Kerry could have seen their night going quite this way.
Yeah, you can see the wrapped bandage wrists of Kerry. Collegiate cheerleader recently suffered that injury to his hand and wrist, but was cleared to compete. You've got to imagine, Johnny, that was a really red-hot, blazing target on the body part of Kerry Morton.
Yes, indeed. Channing Thomas very well versed in arm-based offense of all shapes and sizes. Sidney Bakabella has learned a multitude of tricks of the trade. You have to believe that he could be just as effective in such offense. A lot of unknowns at play here. We'll turn it back to Rich Palladino for our main event introduction.
Your Limitless Wrestling Hard to Handle main event is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 in the corner to my left at a total combined weight of 427 pounds. First, currently on loan from the Minnesota Boxing and Wrestling Club, he is former WWF Hall of Famer Sidney Bakabella. His tag team partner is currently on loan from the Dallas Wrestling Office, world-class Channing Thomas.
Ricky Morton, not a fan of the Dallas wrestling office, apparently.
Certainly not.
Their opponents, to my right, from the volunteer state of Tennessee. At a total combined weight of 415 pounds, first I present to you the current NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Kerry Morton. And his tag team partner is his father. He is a current member of the WWE Hall of Fame. He is a former 9-time co-holder of the World Tag Team Championship. He's one half of the Rock and Roll Express. This is Ricky Morton.
I gotta say, Johnny, so many factors lean on the side of the Mortons going into this matchup. You have a current WWE Hall of Famer. You have the cohesion of a father and son. You have an incredibly skilled tag team competitor who has won multiple championships many times over. And then you have Channing and Sidney.
Channing Thomas, multitude of tag teams under his belt. We remember prestigious. Didn't go well at the end, but for a while, advantageous. Sidney Bakabella, hailing from Minnesota. No shortage of hotbed wrestling up that way. Donning the Windy City wrestling jacket, claiming Chicago as well as a second home. Sidney Bakabella, in his one-strap singlet, cannot be underestimated. Potentially is forgotten more than many of us remember. But Ricky Morton, that is a day one guy for every pro wrestling school trainee. You ask your trainers who to watch. Well, Ricky Morton. But Sidney's
getting his feathers ruffled. As fans are saying that he's
what?
I mean, colloquial term for being a coward. Certainly, I think that really bugged Sidney.
Under the skin of both Channing Thomas and Sidney Bakabella.
And usually, Johnny, we see Sidney Bakabella providing the mentorship and the tutelage and the managerial expertise to Channing Thomas, but in that moment, Channing Thomas had to calm down Sidney Bakabella.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm saying before, you can't count out Sidney Bakabella. He taught Gary Albright how to shoot a single leg, and he taught Dan Hodge how to shake a hand.
He certainly has traveled and made the towns. He has, explored the territories and picked up so much along the way, but I don't know, the fans here are erupting with the rock and roll chants.
Sidney Bakabella halfway to the oh God.
Everybody chants rock and roll. We will leave and you don't get a main event. You got it? No one says it.
Sidney, don't you dare.
Wow. Are Yarmouth faithful not heeding the pleas?
They're calling Sidney's bluff.
Kick every one of them out. Every one of them ejected.
What, Rich is being given the task of kicking every one of them out.
I also don't think we can do that. These are paying fans that want to see a main event matchup.
Rich isn't going to throw them out. Craziness. Channing Thomas, Sidney Bakabella, unglued, coming a little more unhinged with each passing second. Kerry Morton ready to go.
Yeah, Kerry Morton with the formal invitation, sitting on that middle rope, inviting them in to start this matchup.
No, when you think about it, it's a very evenly divided contest here. You have the two rising up-and-comers, decorated in their own right, and then you have the two Hall of Famers.
Well, one's a former Hall of Famer.
Right. WWF versus WWE, yes. Now, the bell rings. After much ballyhoo, your hard-to-handle main event underway. Referee Nate Speckman, he's got a full plate ahead of him here.
Not an enviable task, especially when Bakabella and Channing Thomas are involved.
I gotta wonder if they're gonna leave clause is still in effect. And now, Ricky Morton, Channing Thomas, starting us off, picking up where they left off from earlier.
Wow. And did you see Ricky Morton was actually trying to force Channing Thomas's hand to tag Sidney Bakabella?
Yes, yes, I did. Really wants to see what that WWF Hall of Famer is made of. Whoa!
Sidney,
wait a minute!
Sidney's coming into the matchup. Has Channing Thomas just done
channeling Rick Rude with the double bicep pose.
I love that he's squeaking as he's saying, do you want to see a real man? Oh, boy. Loading it up.
Here we are.
Elbow drop faded.
No, no water in the pool. Scoots his way back to world class.
Out of harm's way, and look, I think he might have done some damage to his elbow. He's got a boo-boo.
Oh, bone chips in the elbow. Shortened the career of the Ultimo Dragon.
You got to be just so very careful. There might be some rust on the wheels of Sidney Bakabella when it comes to in-ring competition, but there certainly is not in his tag team partner tonight.
No doubt about it. Channing Thomas, concern etched across that face, and Ricky Morton fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, Ricky Morton with that quick recovery, maybe even been playing possum. Channing Thomas spoke ahead of this matchup about he knows that Ricky Morton can be crafty.
Yeah, he has no idea how crafty. Decades upon decades upon decades of experience. You had alluded to the multitude of championship runs earlier under Ricky Morton's belt. And now here comes Kerry.
Kerry Morton, again, just growing and learning ever so much, trying to become, even as world traveled, not even just of his father, but world traveled for himself as a competitor. Has been doing so much to build his own name.
You know, I mean, at one point, you know, they're the tagging with your father, it's a bucket list checkoff. But you want to keep the bloodline going in that regard. Wants to stand on his own name as well. Doing so with that championship under his belt, and has a chance to do so in his Limitless Wrestling debut here in our main event. Oh, snaps off the hip toss, Channing Thomas. That lower back. Second contest of the night for Channing Thomas.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, wow, Sidney Bakabella proclaiming, I'm not a wrestler.
Oh, he's modest.
I think he's just trying not to rumble the ire of Kerry Morton.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
I mean, we saw the depths that Sidney Bakabella was willing to go to potentially injure his father with those brass knuckles.
Right.
I don't think Kerry took too kindly to that. He's now taking it out on Channing Thomas.
Yeah, it's going to be awful hard to punch with brass knuckles if your arm is falling apart.
And certainly even using his injured arm to anchor the arm of Channing Thomas was Kerry Morton.
Sidney quickly exiting that apron with just a glance.
But is it enough to pull the focus of Kerry Morton?
Right, you said it. Right there, jack of the jaw. Now, still shaking the feeling back into that arm, but momentum is shifting.
Clubbing blow between the shoulder blades of Kerry Morton.
Oh, and Kerry still swinging boots at Sidney. Bad way for Kerry.
Damage has been done, but we're hearing again the calls of rock and roll. Can they help to rile the energy of Kerry Morton?
Kerry Morton firing back with a series of left jabs. Finding the midsection.
Oh, jeez.
Back of the neck.
Yeah, using that momentum. And now Sidney tagged in, again, at the most opportune time after Channing Thomas does the work of laying out Kerry Morton.
And now Sidney, those well-honed stomps being put into play.
Tag
Quick
again
tag.
made. Gotta say, though, Johnny, Channing and Sidney are working very seamlessly together, keeping one another fresh, but it does seem like Sidney's just coming in after Channing Thomas has laid out the opponent.
I mean, we don't love the tactics, but we see where he's coming from in that regard. Sidney Bakabella has been a spectator to tag team wrestling as a manager for how many years now? Formerly the manager of the Devastation Corporation. He has seen tag team wrestling at its finest, be it in the territories or more recently. Imparting all that wisdom on Channing Thomas, they've cut the ring in half. Kerry Morton is a long crawl away from Ricky.
dangerously close for Kerry. Morton trying to summon some energy. Now another tag made.
Fluid tag work here.
Ooh, doubling over the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champ, Kerry Morton. And so wisely, keeping him prone with a boot across the throat. Now Ricky coming in, trying to come to the aid of his son.
To no avail, Kerry Morton drops near lifeless to the canvas. Sidney Bakabella, for somebody with ring rust on him to such an extent, his sole focus is driving the air out of the windpipe at Kerry Morton.
I mean, I suppose it's like riding a bike for Sidney Bakabella. All coming back to him. As soon as he steps into the ring, we're seeing some signs of life. But now Kerry Morton trying to use the ropes to get to a vertical base, but he shrugs off Channing Thomas.
Now between that and the Yarmouth faithful support, Kerry back in it. Here comes Ricky.
Tag has been made. Now Ricky Morton just watched what his son went through at the hands of Channing Thomas and Sidney Bakabella.
Firing off the jabs.
Oh, and bringing Sidney Bakabella into the ring as well.
The hard way. And now Sidney. All four men in the ring. The pair of Irish whips.
Oh, and colliding in the center of the ring are Bakabella and Thomas. The Canadian Destroyer! Are you kidding?
Got all of it. Channing Thomas spiked on the top of his head. Little rock and roll on that Canadian Destroyer. Now Kerry and Ricky. Ricky's got the brass knuckles.
We saw him tuck them into his boots after the matchup earlier.
Nate Speckman, just turn around for a second. Close your eyes, Nate.
Pleading for his life potentially. Oh gosh!
Oh, the syrup! The syrup has been removed.
And now Ricky Morton wearing the hairpiece, the cover. He's rolled back. That's it.
Here are your winners, the team of Kerry and Ricky Morton.
Johnny, ahead of this matchup, Kerry talked about, oh God, just look at the face of Sidney Bakabella. Kerry talked about how he and his father had talked about wanting to make this a reality together, to compete here at Limitless. They've done it here and are successful in our main event of Hard to Handle.
An outstanding night of action. The Morton family standing tall. Sidney Bakabella de-wigged, sent running for the hills here at Hard to Handle. Outstanding night of action, Alyssa. An outstanding night, and for all of you watching at home on IWTV. Oh.
Hey, I'm Ricky Morton. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey, guys. You just don't even understand what it feels like to come back here, man. Have all you people show up. It's unbelievable. You know, I spent 40 years, and we still do. Robert Gibson and I are on our farewell tour after 40 years of business.
Unreal.
Outstanding.
I am still current with the NWA Wrestling Alliance, right along with my son, Kerry Morton. And understand this before I leave. You see people ask me, Ricky Morton, you're 66 years old. Don't you need to retire? But if I did retire, understand, there is a lost art of our business that nobody even knows about. And I want to spread it to everybody. That's what I do. I hope it goes through my son. It goes to everybody back there in the back. And without you people being here tonight, none of us could be here. So thank you very much.
In the pro wrestling business.
You get a chance
What a
to
giver.
support professional wrestling. We depend on you because you never know, and I promise you, you'll never know what superstar you might see on TV next week that came right from here, okay?
No doubt.
No doubt.
And by saying that, I'm glad you got to see my son tonight, but you'll see a lot of him. But by saying that, I absolutely adore the business I'm in, and I love it. I had the greatest ride of my life. But before I leave and walk out the door, I just want to tell you all, thank you. Thank you for support throughout the years. And I hope that you give my son as much love as you gave me. Y'all have a good night. God bless you. Be careful going home. All right.
We love you, Ricky Morton.
Listen, I'm being serious here for a minute. You know, I read in the book of the day, a guy's hit by a drunk driver every 15 minutes. I'm serious. Do y'all know that? Hey, but y'all don't be able to recognize him. He gets run over every 15 minutes. He got to be like this. No, I'm just having y'all have a good night. God bless you all. And I love it.
Tip of the cap to a bona fide legend, Ricky Morton, Kerry Morton. We love having you here at Limitless. Please come back ASAP. For all of you who joined us on IWTV for Hard to Handle, thank you for your constant support. We look forward to seeing you in March. And for Alyssa Marino, for Sam Laterna, for Top Shelf Troy Nelson, I'm Johnny Torres. Good fight, good night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Well, Sam, from one Limitless debut in Joseph A-Game Alexander to another Limitless debut, a world-traveled competitor that we are so excited to see here for another first-time matchup. The one and only Rachael Ellering makes her way to Limitless.
What a treat it is to see Rachael Ellering in a Limitless ring against Becca, no less. Both of these women have such an affinity for the pro wrestling game, and as we know, Rachael spoke to us backstage and said this is kind of her re-emergence onto the wrestling scene, and while she has 6.5 years of experience, she's traveled around the world, worked for every major company. Today is the beginning of the rest of her wrestling career. That's how Rachael Ellering is thinking of this.
There is no doubt about it. Rachael Ellering navigating things for herself in her incredible career. And there's so many incredible learning experiences that she has been able to have, including, roughly, about 6 months that she spent in Japan. But the international pop star, fresh off of a recent tour of Europe, these women are bringing so much to the table in this first ever matchup, and the first time that they've even shared a locker room. They've done a lot of scouting of one another, but there's only so much that tape study can do, Sam.
There is, and we know that Rachael Ellering has the experience quotient here, but Becca herself has had many international tours in Europe, a polarity to Rachael Ellering's tours in Japan. So I'm curious to see how stylistically each of those experiences mesh out in the ring tonight.
Yeah, from competing WXW, Rev Pro, Pro Wrestling Eve in her most recent excursion. Spent roughly 2 weeks overseas in Europe. And the international pop star back in Limitless. We are going to take it over to Rich Palladino to set the table for this matchup at #ReasonableDoubt.
Introducing first in the corner to my left, returning to Limitless Wrestling after a lengthy absence, wrestling out of St. Paul, Minnesota, the one-woman Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Rachael Ellering. Her opponent in the corner to my right, from Columbus, Ohio, she is your favorite international pop star, Becca!
What an exciting moment that we get to experience here, the first time that these two competitors tangle up, and it's happening right here at Limitless.
Certainly big match feel here. We know that Becca has been undefeated at Limitless since her return in September, defeating Lufisto, Kylie Ray, and tonight she looks to add a third notch in her belt in Rachael Ellering. But I know that Rachael Ellering is going to give her the fight of her life. Rachael has been all around the world, as we've said, but also has a powerlifting background, multidisciplinary athlete in high school. So she's going to come at Becca with a force.
But look at the intensity exchange between Ellering and Becca. I don't think Becca's eyes have left Rachael Ellering, but some mutual respect that we are seeing. You know, Rachael Ellering said ahead of this matchup that she watched Becca's matches and she was impressed with what she saw. Quick tie-up, a feeling out process here.
Absolutely. Like you said, this is a first-time matchup, and while these ladies have done tape study on each other, once you get in that ring, you really don't know what to expect with a first-time competitor. Oh, but Rachael Ellering here having a little bit of fun with her opponent.
Wrenching Becca down to the mat. You can see Becca having no fun at all with all that torque being put on her shoulder. You know, too, Sam, we talk about the fact that Rachael has spent time in Japan. Becca has spent time in Europe. Stylistically, both of the experiences that they've had are so unique from one another.
Absolutely, like the European style, particularly UK style, we know is being a bit more technically savvy. Oh, Becca on top now. Whereas, you know, strong style, Japanese, that's in your face, striking, really like hitting you to the core. So how is this going to pan out here today?
We're certainly going to see. Able to reverse is Ellering, now grabbing the leg, taking Becca down to the mat, weaving her body parts around.
Oh, Becca trying to get to those ropes, but not quite. Rachael having a bit of a height advantage over Becca. They're able to leverage that, but Becca getting to the ropes.
This is all, I feel, part of that process. You want to gauge your opponent. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
No love lost between Becca and one of the fans here at Limitless. And Becca now trying to summon some of that positive energy here in Yarmouth.
The international pop star having some words with someone outside, a little disgruntled there, but back to the action, no less.
World traveled sensations are both of these competitors. And now,
oh my.
Look at that, though. Rachael Ellering has not taken the pressure, goes right back to that shoulder of Becca, bearing down. Becca now struggling to make her way back to her feet.
In this moment, I'm wondering if Rachael Ellering knows about that previous shoulder injury of Becca's back in 2022.
I mean, that speaks to the experience of Ellering. You scout your opponent. You kind of suss out what makes them tick, especially in this first-time match. Beautifully avoided by Becca. Becca now off the ropes, picking up steam. The head says...
Becca's got something up her sleeve.
Barreling in, but sent up and over out to the apron by Ellering. Oh, delivers one of her own, does Becca.
Oh, but Becca not one to give up top.
We've seen that 450 splash be so effective, but no cross body. Now the hook of the legs. Not enough.
Oh, Rachael Ellering outside, composing herself.
Another smart maneuver, though. Take the wind out of the proverbial sails of Becca.
But never turn your back to your opponent, especially someone like Becca who has so much speed and agility there. Oh.
Speed, agility, but also Becca can have a bit of an aggressive side.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, Becca is here to win and to prove herself. I heard that chop from here. Alyssa.
Yeah, that was a dull thud across the chest of Ellering, but Ellering dishing it right back.
Strong style in full swing there with that chop. The Japanese influence very evident there.
Yeah, style of Japan that Rachael Ellering admired since she was a child. And just years ago, and Becca clutching her pearls, gasping for breath, and trying to figure out rolls back into.
Getting back out. Okay. Still that awareness of the count, and Becca with that tenacity to fight back per usual, but she's got to be feeling it at this point.
But on by the damage that she's absorbed.
And the face of Becca, a little bit of a grimace there before that super kick was delivered.
The kick connects, and Becca asking a fan for oh gosh.
Rachel. Keep your wits about you. Oh my gosh, what does Becca have planned here? She's coming in full force!
Whoa, off of a chair! Rachael Ellering set down at ringside.
Becca is feeling it tonight. So much left for her to accomplish here at Limitless. Keeping the streak alive, or so we hope.
And Becca, someone who has really come into her own and wants to keep up that positive momentum, the trajectory of her career. But again, Ellering knows how dangerous Becca can be from that top turnbuckle. Brilliantly scouted by Ellering.
And Ellering with her re-emergence onto the indie scene as of late, so much for her to prove. These are her words, so what better way to do that than in the Limitless ring, one of the most prestigious indies in the Northeast.
No doubt about that. Ellering barreling in with a forearm shiver. It sends Becca right down to the mat, springing off, leg drop. Hooks the leg, does Ellering. Becca says no.
There are not a lot of people who can kick out of that springboard leg drop. I have seen her hit that with much success, including in the Mae Young Classic.
You're not kidding, Sam. And Becca, I think that really just speaks to, I mean, you've talked about this, the tenacity, the absolute viciousness of Becca, who has so much heart and determination. Now kicked away by Ellering.
And Alyssa, to that point, we have seen Becca develop so much here at Limitless Wrestling. First on the road, kick to the gut. First on the road, but then coming into her own as the international pop star by sheer will, by sheer tenacity. No one made Becca. Becca made Becca. And I know I just said Becca about 5 times, but here we are. Oh my gosh. And that's where that powerlifting experience comes from. Did you know? Fun fact, straight from Lance Storm, her trainer, Rachael Ellering can deadlift 600 pounds.
That's a pretty high amount of Becca's.
That's like 2 of each of us. It's crazy.
Trying to take away some of that power in the base.
And it looks like she's done it. Oh, drop kick right to the face.
God, clipping the knees first and then right to the mush of Ellering. The international pop sensation now putting some distance between herself and Rachael Ellering.
Perhaps a little too much distance. Oh, I was wrong. English drop kick connects.
Closes that gap with the drop kick, and now again, straight shot right to the chin.
Oh, we know this one. Goes for the big boot, but Ellering had it scouted.
But takes a back elbow for her troubles. Now on that middle rope, drop kick again sends Ellering down.
Completely folds her up, cover. Not enough to get the 3 count, Alyssa.
If you are Becca, you cannot let this ruffle your feathers. Maybe you question what you have to do next, but you cannot waste the time. And exactly here, you gotta stay focused and right on top of your opponent.
Absolutely. In these pivotal moments of the match, it's about remaining calm, cool, and collected and not getting frustrated, quite frankly. Oh. That's frustration.
Yeah, if it helps you release a flurry like that, if you're Becca, then so be it. Becca now springing off that middle rope, but caught by Ellering, shoved off the ropes.
Whoa!
Oh, slammed! Straight to the cover for Ellering, only a 2 count.
I think Ellering for sure thought that was 3. She's going to have to go back into her toolkit and reassess the situation. What would you say that Rachael Ellering has to do to defeat Becca here tonight?
I mean, Ellering has to rely on that power and that strength and take some of the speed out of Becca's arsenal. Once Becca picks up a full head of steam or gets to that top rope, that's where we know that it could be dangerous.
Yes, High Rent District is a place that Becca's very comfortable with. Oh, cover!
Weaves her way out, the shoulders are down, but jockeying now back and forth. Rolled off by Becca. Oh, straight into a forearm shot. Caught. Dodges the kick, does Ellering. Similar fate for Becca.
Oh, and it connects. What a physical match this is proving to be. So tit for tat between these ladies, each showing their unique arsenal in the ring.
But now Becca, we talk about the arsenal, we talk about what's in the playbook of the international pop sensation. This has ended more than a handful of matches for Becca. And as we can see, again, scouted by Ellering, grabs at the boot and does not let Becca get up to that top rope.
I think Becca thought that a top rope maneuver might pay off here, but now she finds herself in peril. Oh my gosh! Stalling super. Oh my!
And now that's gotta be it. Curtains for Becca. No! Becca's still fighting, and look at the face of Rachael Ellering, rethinking everything.
Ellering is beside herself. I don't think that she thought that Becca was going to be this much of a fight. Welcome to Limitless Wrestling.
You can see that very visible frustration for Rachael Ellering, that sideways glance at her opponent. I mean, when you've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at Becca, where do you go from here?
Honestly, I think at this point, she's got to use her experience and operate on pure instinct, along with that power that we've been speaking about. Uh-oh, well, this could be a moment where the tide turns, but, oh, Becca had nothing to do with that, wanted nothing to do with that.
Oh, a high kick. Ellering careening off of the apron. Becca, though, picking up a full head of steam, dives through and wipes out Ellering. Brilliant from Becca. Sends Ellering back into the ring.
And yet again, Becca ascends to the top. Could this pay off this time?
Will she hit it? Ellering is prone on the mat. The 450 to Rachael Ellering. Becca. And that's it.
Here is your winner, your favorite international pop star, Becca.
I'm a pop star.
I mean, Sam, Becca dug deep in this matchup. For all of the times that Rachael Ellering put kibosh on her attempts at the 450, finally, with that going for
It's going to be a 4-on-2. Aiden Aggro, the main character, Jay Haru, Sidney Bakabella, and Channing Thomas. I know what Zilla Fatu brings to the table. I know all about the resilience of Desmond Cole. But that's still a 4-on-2 effort. And think of how long it works for Channing Thomas. Think about the calendar year that this man has had.
Near perfect.
Undefeated up until the Vacation Land Cup. Romped one to Ace Romero at the anniversary show, but so I'm telling you the tide might be turning tonight.
World class Channing Thomas and the VSW podcast sponsored Sidney Bakabella. What an alliance this is.
Something, you know, it felt a little bit different tonight. Let's just say it was an open challenge. I felt a little bit better maybe about Desmond Cole being able to defeat Aiden Aggro once more. I felt really good about watching Zilla Fatu take it to Channing Thomas, but now everything has changed, Johnny. These are very different circumstances than what I thought we were going to have coming into tonight.
No doubt about it, Top Shelf. And for Zilla Fatu, Desmond Cole, any plans they initially had went out the window. Zilla Fatu, that perimeter defense is going to be tested. And this is the first time ever these two were teaming. This would be a tall task for a well-oiled machine, never mind a first-time pair.
I'll say first-time pairing for these two in tag team action, but I think these two have been in cahoots with each other, like I said, since the end of July. Papa Bear brought an envelope to Mr. Jay Haru and Aiden Aggro and told them, in his exact words, Desmond Cole does not make it out the first round.
Yes,
and
sir.
that didn't happen. But I saw what happened last time we were out here. There was an attempt again in that championship bout. Aiden Aggro and Jay Haru came out once more to try to make sure Channing Thomas walked out here with the belt. It did not happen. We gotta believe Channing Thomas, the only thing that he can think about is trying to retain his gold. The only thing that that man can think about is getting back to his winning ways. He was very much in line for a Limitless Wrestling Championship bout around July of this year. so much has changed at such a rapid pace. And again, I think we're going to get a couple of answers out of this match right here, right now, Jay.
I still can't believe this team. Either of these teams, or this team about to come out.
If I'm Rich Palladino, I'm hitting the deck. I think DraftKings has it at plus 150 if actual introductions happen for this match.
Desmond Cole. Another warm welcome from the king of the Limitless Wrestling Palace subjects.
The man has style to his step. And he's, like I said, the bloodline tonight runs through Yarmouth, Maine. Tonight, I would certainly want to make sure that the bloodline was on my side. Johnny Torres.
Whole table's worth of chips on the shoulder of the new Limitless Wrestling World Champion.
Do you think Zilla Fatu has ever sipped on purple chongos, like the song says?
Who hasn't?
What's a purple chongo?
Troy, look it up on the internet.
Sounds like lean.
Maybe.
Tag team action coming up next. I have more fun with Johnny Torres than I have any other partner here on commentary.
We have a beautiful time, a wonderful time on commentary, and it's a wonderful time to be alive if you're Zilla Fatu, the main one. Fingers to the skies, top shelf.
Absolutely. He's going to need all that he can take tonight from this crowd. Feed off that energy at the expense. Like I said, take a look. I'm just looking at it. Sidney Bakabella alone with James Thomas, bad enough. Jay Haru and Aiden Aggro alone, bad enough. But all four of them together, I wish I could confidently say that Desmond Cole and Zilla Fatu have this, but I cannot say that, Johnny Torres.
Right there with you. It's going to take the combined perfect game from the two of them to walk out with the Duke here. Can you believe it? Zilla Fatu, Desmond Cole, only at Fresh Blood, only in Limitless Wrestling.
Fight feel in the house tonight. Waiting on Rich Palladino for the official introductions. Like I said, see what we got.
Fuck these motherfuckers!
Wow! Oh, ho, ho! Your bet won out, Troy.
That was a plus 150.
Good day at the tables for Top Shelf. Good day in the air for Desmond Cole. And we are off. Zilla Fatu, Desmond Cole, your Limitless Wrestling World Champion. Off to the races against world-class Channing Thomas and Aiden Aggro.
We're underway. We have ourselves a tag team match. Whatever happens now within the confines between the bell and the bell. That's all up to Zilla Fatu and Desmond Cole right now.
Leads off with the headbutt, the scoop, the slam.
After just the two maneuvers we have just seen, I would like to put my petition for December to run back Channing Thomas versus Zilla Fatu one-on-one.
I like it. I like it. I would say.
I like what I just saw there. Keep that coming. Aiden Aggro wants absolutely no part of that.
A little Muda flavor on the flashing elbow, but world-class Channing Thomas feels the need of the midsection.
Oh, wrong move.
Come on.
Lest we forget, Sidney Bakabella always wanted to manage the Samoans back in the 80s. He got the headhunters in the 90s, but we don't talk about that. More.
No.
I like more.
Good Lord.
More.
That Aiden Aggro. Wanted no part of that. The splash, the cover, heavy on the shoulders only, too.
World class is being taken to school right now at the expense of Zilla Fatu. And now, Big Mufa. First in-ring competition at Limitless Wrestling since winning the Limitless Wrestling Championship just last month. At the 9-year anniversary show, 9 years of Limitless Wrestling.
Now out of the way, the clothesline, running back to the opening round of the Vacation Land Cup this year. Snaps off the jawbreaker.
I was going to say, I can't imagine, if Aiden Aggro were to ever get pinned in this contest or submit, that would be 3 straight losses for the main character.
Inconceivable if you're Aiden Aggro. The flying head scissors lands. Desmond Cole now dialed in.
There's Jay Haru. Wow, big lion salt, nicely done by Desmond Cole.
Picture perfect.
Lest we forget all the things that brought him to the dance. How about a win against Too Cold Scorpio last year?
And now,
nicely done. The cover, 2, only 2.
One variation on the Rolling Thunder, closing the door with the leg drop. And Desmond Cole, that's a phase shifter in the Big Boofa's playbook. We, of course, know that Final Destination, potentially the jump-off, waiting in the wings. Now, you fight for the backslide.
This is nicely done. Aiden Aggro, look at that. Sticking his leg in there. Oh, overhand right from Channing Thomas. Aiden Aggro, very smart, putting his leg through the bottom of that rope. Can't go anywhere. And Aggro now getting after it.
And both of these combatants, in Channing Thomas and Aiden Aggro, both veteran tag team wrestlers as well.
Aiden Aggro there, proud of his work. I say we're almost coming up on the anniversary of him turning his back on his best friend DangerKid. Loser leaves town match. Mark goes out to DangerKid.
Right there with you there, top shelf. All love DK. Channing Thomas now in the driver's seat, drills in the right. Yarmouth rallying behind their champion, who's uncorking with the knife edge chops. Mixing it up now.
Trying to find a spot, each one landing.
Little Akira Taue.
Once again, reversing it now in the center of the ring here. Nicely done. Small package. Gets him. Gets him. That's how he got him that very first time. Lest we forget, Johnny Torres.
Yes, indeed. Fastest bout in Limitless Wrestling history.
These two very familiar with each other. Multiple times in a Limitless Wrestling ring. And if I'm doing my math correctly, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. This is the 5th time these two have been in an active match against each other.
Potentially destined to do this forever.
Channing Thomas has it his way. I gotta imagine he is still at the top of the list. As far as Limitless Wrestling Championship bouts go, Papa Bear recently had some surgery. Already back at it.
Rich Palladino checking on. Oh, hold on now. Jay Haru raining down the stomps. Sidney's fine.
Gotta get control of this. Zilla Fatu not happy about this.
Channing Thomas heavy on the cover, only good for 2. But the ploy between Bakabella and Haru worked. Channing Thomas, Aiden Aggro back in the driver's seat.
Bringing him back up to his feet. Like I said, a 4-on-2 here. And right now it's just been a 4-on-1 at the expense of Desmond Cole. Zilla Fatu badly needing to get in there right now.
Fresh as a daisy here.
Reaching him out, trying to figure it out, trying to get over there.
Aggro now. The ground-based attack. Collar wheel. Got it.
Nicely done. Cartwheel elbow. Aiden Aggro making eyes. Zilla Fatu.
Got to be careful. Might have a singles with Zilla Fatu in his future. Now Aggro. Keeping the pressure on Desmond Cole. Wants the win back in the worst way.
Choking him in the corner here. Jay Haru, yeah, a little of that, huh? A little,
Oh, yeah, throwing the ruse.
The ruse, that's what it's called.
That's what it is. They're throwing up the ruse. All you throwing up the ruse at home using the hashtag FreshBlood.
I don't think anybody is throwing up the ruse at home.
Well, especially them and anybody who's not. We appreciate them spending their free time with us on a beautiful Saturday night, live here in Yarmouth, Maine. Channing Thomas.
Imagine trading your friendship with DangerKid for a friendship with Jay Haru. Cover. 2. Only 2.
I mean, you'd said it before. You look at the calendar year of wins and losses that Aiden Aggro has had. So far, the gamble has been working out for the most part. I don't love it. Don't get me wrong.
Channing Thomas. Yeah, there it is.
Zilla Fatu don't love that.
He had no interest in a singles contest tonight with that man. I was an active competitor, to be perfectly honest.
On everybody's short list, on everybody's watch list, the main one, Zilla Fatu. Channing Thomas, you got to believe he and Sidney knew. Yeah, these people know.
Zilla's feeding off it. He wants in the worst way. He's like, absolutely got it. Eric Greenleaf needs to get control of this contest.
Eric Greenleaf better watch out, or he's going to have a singles match with Zilla Fatu. And
now, once again.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is last vacation. But Boofa had it scouted.
Not if DK is not in there. There's the tag. Needs the tag. Right here. Reach your hand out, Boofa.
But Aggro wobbling.
Come on, Boofa.
Has Desmond now.
Got to get that let out. Not a tag team specialist.
Able to duck out of the way.
Oh, gets caught.
Mixing it up.
Rowe throwing him. Rude watching on. Oh, come on. We're vibing, I guess. The whole vibe changed with that grip right there.
That's the new vibe changer.
Certainly is. A statement maker at that. Desmond Cole in desperate need of that tag. Zilla Fatu extending that arm.
The lane is open.
Oh, come on now, Channing Thomas.
Whoop.
Oh, come on.
Intercepted.
Eric Greenleaf says no. Greenleaf says no tag. That's it. Only 2.
That was a surface-to-air missile of a Masaiku knee strike.
I thought he had it. He was within fingertips. Zilla Fatu, I think, can feel it too. Greenleaf says no.
Desmond Cole in a pile on our Limitless Wrestling canvas. After that knee strike, I got to wonder how much is left in the tank. I've asked this question how many times during the tenure of the Big Boofa here in Limitless Wrestling, how deep that well runs. But now, clear across the ring, once again, from a fresh Zilla Fatu.
Channing Thomas picking his spots here. Vicious. That mean streak. He wants his opportunity. He wants his title back, he said. It is no longer his title. It was wrestled away by that man right now, Desmond Cole, who's about to be on the receiving end of a tandem suplex.
Yes, indeed. And now, Wade, the double knee strike.
Both landed. Landing flush, too.
Both Aggro and Thomas staggered.
Moving out of the way, Boofa. Got to think of something here. In the wrong part of town, Johnny Torres.
Shoulder to the midsection of Channing Thomas. Over.
Gets it. Finger. Grab him. Grab him. Come on.
Well-oiled offense and
Once
defense.
Again. Catches him.
Upside the head. Lane open once again. Zilla Fatu is entered the ring.
Oh. Reminiscent of a Samoan bulldozer. Zilla Fatu.
That body drop.
For distance. Sets him out.
Stuck the landing. Torturing the tailbone of Aiden Aggro. And Zilla Fatu firing on all cylinders. Oh, look at that speed off the line. The Avalanche finds home. Make it 2. God.
This is what he needed. He is fresh. He is fresh, Johnny Torres.
Oh, baby. You said channeling the energy of the Samoan bulldozer. Ain't nobody done it better since. Zilla Fatu.
Carries that man close to his heart right there on his chest. Umaga.
And Channing Thomas raining down the right. He is trying to get momentum back into the corner for himself and Aiden Aggro. But Zilla Fatu, with all the momentum in the world, gonna build up a little more.
Catches it.
Unreal. What can't he do?
Right now, Channing Thomas and Aiden Aggro are on the receiving end of a beating that they so very much deserve, Johnny. I stay as unbiased as possible, but after the calendar year, what these two have put all these competitors through, they're getting their just desserts. And this one could be the last one tonight. Here we go. Look at the look on that man's face. Zilla gets them both.
2 for the price of 1. The cover on both.
Both men kick out. Enough force to get Zilla all the way off.
And now
Much
Zilla
needed breather. Desmond Cole back up to the apron, able to catch his breath, try to recover. I don't think he's all there though to get tagged.
Oh, the spike!
Jay Haru in the wrong part of town. I'm telling you right now. Yes, yes. Maybe it is my birthday, Johnny.
Spike! He spiked Jay Haru!
Do the Jay Haru.
Jay Haru's doing the
He puts the thumb over the 2 fingers. That was just the thumb, baby.
That's the new
Samoan spike. What is this? Wait a minute. Zilla to the outside now. Channing Thomas there, maybe to pick the bones. We've seen this before. Always there. Always there. Channing Thomas now going to the top.
Not afraid to fly.
Calf kick from the top.
Shining Wizard!
He gets it.
What a salvo! What a match! But only 2.
Only 2. Channing Thomas looking shocked. Hey, Aggro looking shocked.
An
Desmond
absolute
Cole.
barrage.
He said, I don't know if Desmond Cole was ready for that tag yet. We've seen multiple exchanges from these two. They've taken quite the grubbing from Zilla Fatu.
Zilla Fatu now back on the apron. Desmond Cole once again in the crosshairs. Come on, jackknife, but Channing Thomas!
Very crafty, almost gets him. Step up enziguri once again from Bufa. Eric Greenleaf calling for the tag. You see that?
Yes, indeed.
I don't think Bufa knows that. I do not think Bufa knows that. Aiden Aggro is the legal man.
Hold on now. Tried and true. The cheeky Nando's kick. Trust fall. German suplex.
Tag into Zilla. I just don't know. Maybe Zilla's a little more aware, but Aiden Aggro is the legal man. Oh!
Wow! What teamwork!
Rowe, the legal man now, takes that super kick. Oh!
Elevated Superman punch!
Cover! With aggression! That's it.
Zilla Fatu! Desmond Cole, get it done!
Here are your winners, the team of the Limitless Wrestling World Champion, the Big Boofa, Desmond Cole, and the main one, Zilla Fatu!
A once-in-a-lifetime tag team bout, and my word, did it live up to it.
Channing Thomas getting out of Dodge, Sidney Bakabella